Hi guys, and welcome back to Tangy Tea of Life. I'm your host Veronica, my co-host Brittany, and we have a special guest tonight, Shantea Jefferson.
Hello.
Hi Shantea.
Hi.
Welcome to Tangy Tea of Life. Tonight guys, we are talking about a subject that is going to touch a lot of people. We are going to talk about children, loved ones that have parents incarcerated. All right, so Shantea's father is incarcerated, and we're just going to get some feedback from her, like how we can help others, or how Shantea can help others who are, going through with a loved one incarcerated in prison, jail. So Shantea, tell us a little bit, like how old were you when your dad went to prison?
I was either 23 or 24.
23 or 24.
Mm-hmm.
So that was not too long ago.
Yeah, it's fresh.
Wow. So really new for you. So how did that affect you when your father had to go off to prison?
It affected me a lot because me and my dad is like real close. So by me not talking to him every day or just calling him, it like bothered me.
Yeah.
And like the first time I seen him go back in there, I cried so hard. Like,
yeah,
it's real, man.
Yeah.
Especially when they gotta go back in there when the last
so
call
like
for you to
visiting?
hug. When
Yeah.
you hug them, it's like, oh man.
So were you there for like the trial? Like,
Oh no, he would not let us come here because he said he don't want us to see us, us to see him like that.
yeah.
Like he didn't even tell me why he in there.
Really?
I know why, but he didn't tell me why.
But he didn't tell you.
Nope.
Wow.
So I bet that's a difficult conversation to have, though.
Yeah,
with
and
your-
I bet
with your
that
child.
that could be hard on a child to be in court and to hear them say you're sentenced to such and such years.
Right.
Like that, yeah.
Especially
I
me
see why.
because me and my dad is like,
Really close. Yeah.
so he was like, he ain't really want to tell me. I'm like, you might as well tell me now. He still won't tell me.
Still won't tell you why he's was
Mm-mm.
incarcerated.
He still won't tell me.
Wow. Well, the effects that it have on a family, I can't even imagine what you all went through, going through, like, because you are still young and not having your father around to share, birthdays or holidays.
I mean, that's the prime of your life. Like, I couldn't imagine my dad not being around. Like, in my case, 23, I had a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old. So that means my dad would have missed. He would have met my girls and then missed the first steps, the first birthdays,
Right.
and the terrible twos.
Yeah.
He would have missed all that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the prime of your life when you're in your early 20s.
So how often do you speak to your father now?
I talk to my father every day.
Every day.
He probably about to call in a minute. Like he calls me all the time.
Yeah.
And then, like after the 15 minutes, he called me right back.
So they have 15 minutes on the phone.
Them 60 seconds come, somebody come on the phone, and then
So is this like, I mean, I don't know.
It's
Do they
like a
call
collect.
Okay. So
a
they
collect call.
Because I know some
Some
people
got
cell phones.
in there.
Yeah.
I
Like
know.
how does that
Smuggle them
happen?
in.
But
They
I don't know.
got honestly a lot of people. They have cell phones in there. They do what they want to do in there.
Yeah.
People do whatever they want. So that's why some people like staying in there.
Yeah.
They do whatever.
But your dad have his. I mean, he go to the payphone.
Oh yeah, he got to, because my dad's in immigration right now.
Okay. Yeah. You was mentioning that. So can you talk a little bit about that when you say immigration?
Okay, so he's not from the United States. He's from Trinidad, and he was never a citizen here. So when he got sentenced, they was like, well, you're not from here, so you're going back. Because while you here, you're making trouble here, so you got to go back.
Oh wow. So when you say he have to go back, that's after his sentence, after he finishes his however long.
Honestly, he finished his sentencing. He just waiting to see if he have to go back or not. And now it's to the point where they was like, well, you getting deported. But he's trying to fight the case now. He's trying to reopen his case so he won't have to get deported.
So if he's deported, what does that mean from there?
Yeah.
If he's deported, he can't come back to the United States for 10 years.
That's a long time.
But
Yeah.
he could, after 6 months of being in Trinidad, he could go to Canada or the Bahamas. So Canada isn't that far from Jersey. So whenever I visit Jersey, I could just drive to Canada
Yeah.
or just catch a flight to the Bahamas.
Gosh, but it's just
It's
making
still a
everything
lot,
so
you know,
yeah, it
still
makes
a lot.
life
I
complicated.
mean, because that's a whole nother, I mean, you got to factor in time, you got to factor in finances. I mean,
Yeah.
because that means, you know, somebody's going to have to, you'll have to be sure that you take off time from work. You set enough
Right.
funds to the side to where you can afford, you know, flights
Right.
out, you know, and how often can you do that?
Right.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
So that's when the pressure comes on the family, and you know, like, how did you ever answer that? Or how are you and your family are dealing with it? Like,
Well, now it's better than what it was. Like my stepmom, she deals with it a lot, but she having her own issues. So it's like she trying to handle his stuff and then her stuff. So it's just a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
And he try not to put all his issues on her, so he'll like hold it in. Then he'll call me and I'm like, but I don't know what to do.
Then
like,
you're the diary.
right.
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I supposed to do?
So it's really
I'm here.
hard
hmm
on the family now. Are you the only
I have
child?
a sister and I have 2 step siblings.
Okay, so he pretty much talked to all of you. Well, okay, we don't got to talk about that. Because you're here, so we're gonna touch
See
on
my
you.
eye.
We're
You
gonna,
see my eye.
so we're gonna talk about you. Okay, so so it's been how long? 5 years.
5.
5 years now, and
4 or 5, yeah.
really his sentence is over. You're
Yeah.
saying, but he got to
He
fight.
just with immigration now.
Yeah.
Like soon as cause his sentencing was over in May, actually May 5th. Soon as he got out of there, immigration picked him right up.
So what is okay? Like me, I don't know what that means. When you say immigration, is that still like prison? Is it like where?
Yeah.
It's,
My
but it's
dad
like where
said-
all the immigrants.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine it might be worse.
My dad said they're locked up 23 hours a day.
Yeah, and the
Wow.
reason I say that just because of I know how they treat people who are quote unquote not wanted in this country or don't
Yeah.
belong in this
And
country. So I can
especially now.
imagine, you know,
Yeah.
Especially now.
we have expectations, you know, of how prisoners should be treated, and you know, they're right.
Yeah.
They still have rights when they're in prison. So I can imagine if you go to
It's
immigration, that you
horrible.
kind of swipe to that when you go
Just
to
like
immigration.
they
Yeah.
treat them prisoners like trash, honestly. Like my dad, his back was hurting for a really long time, and they would just give him Tylenol, like, "Oh, you'll see the doctor whenever." Like
Yeah.
they don't care.
Like it doesn't matter.
And if nobody don't call up there to actually put them in their place, they will just let you sit there
Yeah.
and
Wow.
won't care about nothing.
So are you able to see him now that he's in immigration?
I could go see my dad whenever I go up there, but I don't go up there that often anymore because I'm always working.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually seen my dad in a year, but I talk to him every day.
Every day. Yeah. Now, if you go there, like, do you want to?
Mm-hmm.
You do want to go see him though. Yeah.
Every time I go up there, I make sure I go see my dad.
Yeah. I just feel like it would be so.
Difficult.
Yeah.
It's not bad how it was before when I first started going. Like now, you get used to it,
Yeah.
but like you don't want to see him like that. But
Yeah. So, what advice, if any, can you give someone, another child out there, or just someone that has someone locked up that's incarcerated?
I would say whenever they call, pick up the phone because you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like you could probably be the only piece of joy they have.
Yeah.
Because my dad, he go through so much in there, and just make them feel better, because he be so sad.
Yeah. Not having a loved one around that he can
Mhm.
touch or feel
Mhm.
or, you know.
And the last thing you want to do, you know, that's your circumstance. You don't want to call somebody and then, okay, they ain't pick up. So you call again.
Because
and
honestly,
they don't pick up. Or you
it's
feel like they're
plenty of
rushing
times.
you.
Yeah.
It's plenty of times. I'm like, I'll talk to him later.
Yeah.
And then, like, before the phone and like stop ringing, I'll pick up the phone. Because you never know
you
what's
never know
going on.
You never know. Yeah, that's some good advice. If you have someone that's incarcerated and they call you, yeah, pick the phone up.
Well, it's
At
15
least.
minutes.
Yeah.
Right,
have
and then you don't
every
even
day.
have to pay. My dad pays to call people. So half of the time when people be calling, you don't even have to pay. You don't have to put money on your phone, nothing.
Yeah.
They using their money to put on
To be
their
able to
phone
call
so
you.
so they could call you. So 15 minutes is nothing because you're not doing nothing for 15 minutes.
So what, do they have like a little prepaid card or something that they
I
put
don't know.
money? Oh, okay. So you just know that he's able to pay for those phone calls.
Mhm.
So that way, whoever's receiving the call doesn't have to.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, and I think that's something that we take for granted. I mean, we get to walk around, come and go as we please.
Right.
Like, I feel like going outside right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what
They
is
don't
what
have
is
that.
15 minutes of your free 24 hours?
Yeah.
You know.
Like, we have to be mindful. Like, the ones that are in prison, jail, they don't have the freedom that we have. Like,
Right.
we're so blessed when we think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, yeah, we can easily say, well, it was their fault. They the
Right.
one that did whatever to get there. But still, how many people are incarcerated that didn't do the
Right,
crime?
because
And then
sometimes
some
people be in
circumstances
there
just-
and they didn't even do nothing.
Right.
Or they
Right.
could probably be in there for probation or something like that.
Right.
They didn't even do nothing.
Right.
So,
So,
he did it.
but I mean, yeah, that has got to be tough. Like, I don't know. I mean, but that is good advice. Do you have any more advice for
That's all. And like, when people say they can't get something, like my dad, when I call him and I be like, such and such is going on, my dad makes sure that it gets done. Even though he's there, he'll make sure, like, if I actually really need something,
Yeah.
he makes sure I get it, it gets done.
Yeah.
Still a way of showing you that he cares about you. He's still your dad.
And like my dad, he sent me a Christmas card, and I'm like, so regular people can't even do stuff like that, but my dad's in jail.
And he made sure a
he's
Christmas
making
card got you.
He made sure I got a Valentine's Day card
Yeah.
and everything.
So everybody else has no excuse.
None.
None.
Like, we take life for granted. We do. On a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you have people behind bars that can't even say what they want to eat. Like, whatever they cook.
Oh, cause
And
he said
however
that
it's
food
cooked.
is
And however it's
trash.
cooked.
That food is trash, and they feed them whatever,
And you just take it or leave it.
Yeah.
and he leave it.
Wow.
And my father don't eat it.
it.
That's how they be losing like so much weight and
Yeah.
stuff, because they don't eat
Come
it.
on, Bill.
Because he lost a lot of weight.
Now, do you write letters to your father?
No, because he called me every day.
Because he calls every day. Yeah.
I used to.
But you know, it's something about writing
Yeah, but
down.
like it's to the point now where he was like, I'm just sending it back home, and then it's going in the trash. So what's the point of writing letters? But I will send him pictures.
Well, so if he was to write letters, you wouldn't like save them?
Oh, I saved all his letters.
Yeah.
I have all his letters that he wrote me.
I mean, that memories. I mean,
Me,
some people
I
look at it like,
say-
but why
but
would you
my dad's crazy.
But he's a guy. You know,
Yeah.
we value stuff like that so
Yeah.
much more. Because
Like,
I can,
that's
you know,
something that
we
I
like
would say.
scrapbook with it and all kind of stuff. But
want? Yeah.
Yeah, but pictures, my dad would keep pictures.
And I guess that's like the silver lining to this story, you know, that we are in 2019 and how times have changed. Because, I mean, if this was like 10 years back, even before, you know, people couldn't call home like that.
Right.
It'd be
Yeah, no.
months will go by and you hadn't heard from. And the only way you might hear from somebody is through a letter,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. But now they have cell
Phone
phones.
call here and there.
They can FaceTime.
Yeah, but
Like-
they're not even supposed to do that. Because if they get caught, they gonna get time added on to that.
And that's at that point, it ain't even worth it.
Right.
That's not even worth it. So that's probably the approach your dad is looking at it from.
Like, I just keep using this payphone
Right.
until.
Smart.
Wow. So, anyone who's out there who's watching and you have a loved one that's incarcerated, we just ask the Lord to just give you strength and to lift you up, because I know, well, I can imagine that it's hard on a child, family, whether it's your husband incarcerated, your wife incarcerated, you know, like your loved one in general. No, it has to be really hard. So I just say keep the faith, keep praying for you to have loved ones that's sitting behind bars and you know that they didn't do the crime, and you know you trying over and over again to try to, you know, to get them to another trial or whatever. We just say keep your faith, stay strong, and just keep working at it. Don't give up.
Stay supportive.
Yeah, stay supportive.
Stay supportive.
And make sure that you, and speaking of supportive, make sure that you, when your loved one call you, pick up the phone and speak with them. You never know what they're going through. Like they may need to talk to someone.
And as much has been going on in the prison systems now, I mean, we've all seen it on the news. You never know if that could easily be anybody's loved one.
Right.
So that would be a horrible feeling to think that you missed a call and then something happened.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
So we just pray for you all, and shouts out to everyone who is incarcerated, who's watching this video. Prayers go out to you, and just keep your head up and stay strong. Well, Shantea, thank you so much for sharing your story.
You're welcome.
We didn't want to get too deep into it, but just thank you for sitting down and sharing that bit with us, and hopefully it can help someone out there who has a loved one behind bars, incarcerated. So thank you again for coming to Tangy Tea of Life. Guys, and I want to thank you for all of you who have sent topic suggestions and all that to our email. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We will get to your topics. Believe me, we will.
Do not go overlooked.
Yeah, you sent letters. I'm gonna get to those letters that you pretty much wrote out through the email for us to talk about, like situations going on in your life. We're gonna get to all of that. So please be patient with us. We've been having guests lined up already. So as soon as we can hit your topic, we're definitely gonna talk about it, and hopefully I can get to a letter really soon that we received through email. So be sticking around for that. So thank you guys so much for your support with Tangy Tea of Life. But thank you again, Shantea, for coming on Tangy Tea of Life. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave comments below. And once again, if you have topic suggestions, if you would like to be a guest on the show, make sure you go to our email address at tangyteaoflife@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.
Hit the bell.
And don't forget to hit the bell so that you can be notified for when the next video arrives. All right, bye.